What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 55, and today we're returning with 3 or possibly 4 games with Aston Villa, all domestically, coming on the back of our loss to Arsenal in the last game of the last episode. The first game today, which you'll definitely see, is at home to Brighton and Hove Albion, and our second game away at the Hawthorns in a West Midlands derby as we take on West Brom. But then it gets kind of tricky because the 22nd of February sees us take on Burnley away at Turf Moor. However, that game is going to be rescheduled as we progressed in the last episode to the FA Cup 5th round after beating Chelsea. So the FA Cup game is going to be played here, and if the Burnley game is rescheduled to these 2 days here, which I'd imagine it will be, Tuesday or Wednesday the 18th or 19th, we'll play that, plus the FA Cup 5th round against whoever it will be. We'll find out soon as the replay is being played across these 2 days. If it's rescheduled after the Atletico Madrid game though, we'll end on the FA Cup 5th round tie, and we'll wait until the Burnley game in the next episode, because it'll probably be rescheduled here as well as the Atletico Madrid game too. I'm saving that one for the next episode because I want to play that one and Chelsea, 2 massive games in the same episode. So yeah, there's lots to get through today. It might be 3 games, it might be 4. We'll find out. But the first game's Brighton. Let's get to it. But just before that, 3 scouting updates to look forward to. I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but I look forward to the youth scouting updates almost as much as the game sometimes. Fabio Campos, will continue scouting on him. His potential could be alright, but the overall's really poor. Same with Esteban Velázquez. Ortiz is the exact same. When the overalls are going to be in the 40s to the 50s, I often think to myself, like, they might have good potential, but I'm probably not going to bother because it will take too long to grow them to be good enough to the first team. We'll reject all these guys down here though because they're not very good. And this guy could be very good though. Sandro Villalba, as we still wait for our first Peruvian beast. Maybe this could be the guy, as we'll put him in our academy. Second scouting update comes from South Korea. Let's find out who Carter's picked up for us. He could be okay. We'll continue scouting on him. We shall reject him. We shall reject him. We shall definitely reject him. Oh, Korea. This is a really poor... Oh, this is a really poor scouting update. He could be okay. We'll continue scouting on him for the time being. And our third and final scout comes from Egypt. So we're still searching for the next Mohamed Salah. He can go. He could be quite good. We'll put him in the academy. He could be alright as well. Continue scouting on him for the time being. We shall reject him. We shall reject him. We shall reject him. We shall reject him. And also, we shall reject him as well. And so as we jump into the first game of today's episode, playing host to Chris Hughton's Brighton, they had a fantastic start to the season, but since then they've tailed off and now sitting mid-table. But for us, we've got a game in hand on Manchester United, who played yesterday and lost at Goodison Park by 2-1. So if we win this game, we'll go 7 points clear at the top of the table. So huge incentive to return to winning ways after our loss to the Gunners at the Emirates Stadium. For our team then, 3-5-2 as always, but a few changes to our lineup as Toby Lewis comes back in. Green starts on the left-hand side, and also Palmer Brown starts head of Dale Fry. But for Brighton's team, we've faced them twice this season, have yet to beat them. Maybe this is the game we get our revenge on Brighton after knocks out in the EFL Cup in the second round. So first game Brighton, let's get the 3 points.
Well, the hosts come into this game with some very good statistics for their record here at home, and it is actually unparalleled in the league at the moment.
Well, 8 wins in 11 games. Terrific stuff.
Babacar for Brighton. Lovely back heel to Tony Valena, but the pass is poor and we should get it away. Still waiting for the first proper chance of the game. 23 minutes in as Stones' pass is cut out. At the moment, I'm struggling to string things together, and after our loss to Arsenal, I must say, I'm feeling quite pessimistic heading to this match, especially as we yet to beat Brighton this season. Here's Tony Valena on the ball, tackled by Schupf, but we can't get out of our half at the moment. Ball played inside, and Izzy Brown keeps hold of it and finds Babacar, who turns and shoots and fires it just wide the post. Brighton have got our number at the moment. We just can't beat them. We've actually got a really decent team, Brighton. Some good young talents, including that man Izzy Brown on the ball there as well. So I guess it doesn't come as much of a surprise that we're struggling against them. However, this is a golden chance to go 7 points clear at the top of the table. So got to capitalise as our brightest young talent, Lewis, wins it back. And Socrates gives it to Del. Through to Jack Grealish. Grealish to Alessandro Schupf. Schupf back to Jack. And Jack's got Brereton and Benteke ahead of him, but decides to go alone and shoot, and off the crossbar from Grealish. It'll come back down to our number 10, who controls, looks for an opening here to cross to the middle, and there is Brereton who can't get the header, and Brighton get it away. A few chances, and Grealish so close to firing us in front. Vilena to Sarachi, and now Izzy Brown finds Velkovic. As Brighton look for an opening here down the right-hand side. Charlotto turns Andre Green, and now into Izzy Brown, that young talent going for goal and denied by another young talent in Icardi. 51 minutes in. This game right now could go either way. Neither side has played better than the other. Still deadlocked. I do think someone's going to find a goal, but it's anyone's guess as to who's going to get the first one. I don't think either team has played better than the other one, but I'd probably suggest Brighton have been slightly better than us in this game. As Scott Hogan, our former striker, finds Charlotto down left. First time cross to the back post where Izzy Brown is waiting. Stones heads it back into play. Green gets clear, as does Fabian Delph. And now maybe a chance on the break here as Jack Grealish turns his man. Benteke's ahead of him, as is Brereton. He'll go to the former, our top scorer this season. Christian Benteke takes his time, and Ryan makes the save, and Brereton denied at the far post by a brilliant goal-saving block by Sarachi. That is fantastic defending. Oh, was that a handball there? Was that a handball? Well, I play off handballs off, so it wouldn't matter anyway. But still 0-0. Can we find that goal to get in front? Charlotto heads away the corner, still 0-0. Surely someone is going to claim a winner in this. I have to say, both defences have played very well today. It's been a real good grind-out performance from both back lines, and that's why we're still deadlocked here. But here's Charlotte down the left, who could change it for Brighton as he crosses through the legs of Palmer Brown, and oh, what a save by Icardi. Villena denied by the young Italian, keeping it at 0-0. What a stop that was at the near post, as we're still goalless, and it may well finish that way. And that will indeed do it. Final score at Villa Park, and it does indeed finish as a stalemate. 0-0 the final score. Fans not happy. We do extend the gap at the top of the table to 5 points, but it's a missed opportunity and then some at home to a mid-table side. But based on the balance of play, I think a draw is the right result, and a clean sheet was fair for both sets of defences and goalkeepers who played very well. Neither side deserved to lose. It was such a balanced, even game. And both defences really were fantastic. This was a game for the back lines and the goalkeepers, who all did very well. Connor Goldson very well, Dominic Heinz very well, Sarachi with that goal-saving block, and Ryan made some good saves as well for Brighton, as did Icardi as well. I'm going to share the man of the match between the back three for us and the back four for Brighton, and the two goalkeepers as well. Grind out display, 0-0 scoreline, and as Chelsea, Manchester City, actually I'll take back what I said, the gap is not 5 points, the gap will be, what, we'll find out in a moment because I can't do the maths in my head, but Chelsea will overtake Manchester United going to second place, and it stays at 4 points then, and the Blues have a game in hand as well. So that right there is the definition of a massive missed opportunity. Needed to get the win, could only claim the point. And you best believe the Blues are coming for revenge after we knocked them out in the FA Cup 4th round. But there's the tournament prize money email and the match rescheduled emails as well, which means that now we'll find out our opponents for the FA Cup 5th round. The Burnley game has indeed been rescheduled to the 3rd of March, which means we'll play that game in the next episode, along with the first leg of our Champions League round of 16 tie against Atletico Madrid, and also that huge game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 2 in the Premier League. But who will be taking on the FA Cup round of 16? Let's find out together. It's going to be dun dun dun. Where are we? Swansea City. Swansea City, the Welsh side in the FA Cup last 16. Norwich take on Sheffield Wednesday. Crewe vs Leicester. Brighton vs Liverpool. Everton vs Watford. Swansea against Stars. Sheffield United beat Colchester. Oh, and a big tie there. Manchester City against West Brom. And Spurs vs Bristol City as well. So Swansea in a round of 16. That's the third and final game today. Bring them on. So moving on then to our second of 3 big domestic games today as we travel away from home to the Hawthorns take on West Brom in another West Midlands derby. And after no wins in 2 and also losing here last season as well, I've got to say I'm feeling quite pessimistic heading into the game. West Brom right now sitting in the mid-table line with a 4-1-4-1 and a very decent midfield with Rafinha on the left, Chadley on the right, and a midfield trio of Aranguiz, Jake Livermore and Claudio Yapov, the captain. But for our team, I'm making a change to formation and the lineup as well. Going to the 4-3-1-2 we used against Southampton. That broke us out of our funk back then. Hopefully it will this time as well. As Ship starts at left back, Bustos at right back, and our midfield core is Barkley, Delph and Lewis supporting Grealish to Cam. And up top together, Ben Brereton and Jonathan Kodja. Benteke, no goals in the last 2, placed on the bench as Jonathan gets a start and a chance. That win over Southampton was absolutely massive. And hopefully we'll get a massive win here as well, because we never like to be in a bad run of form for too long, as Brereton fires us in front, and it's the perfect start for Aston Villa. Ben Brereton with his second goal in 4 games makes it 3 games, makes it West Brom 0, Aston Villa 1. And I think this is the formation we should use when we need to respond after a poor run of form, or just a mini poor run of form after no wins in our last 2. Lovely assist by Grealish, great first touch by Brereton to get away from his man, and a brilliant finish past Mignolet as well. West Brom 0, Aston Villa 1. Perfect start. Well done, Benny boy. And yeah, it's definitely decided now. When we're in a poor run of form, or just a mini poor run of form, we're going to use the 4-3-1-2 to help us get out of it. 3-5-2 will always be our system, our philosophy. It's how we play. But this is the system we'll go to when we need a response. Looking relatively untroubled by West Brom right now as well. It was quite interesting. We're heading into the game. We looked at the league table, and their goal difference was 0. They've only scored 21 goals, but they've also only let in 21 goals as well. So Alan Pardew's team loved their defence as Jake Livermore tested Cardi, who had a pretty simple save low down to his left-hand side. And for us, with no clean sheets in our last couple of games, we'd like to respond with one here as Barkley finds Alessandro, and away goes the triple Player of the Month winner consecutively. Schupf on the ball, turns, crosses, and at the far post is Fabian Delph. What a save by Mignolet, and then Kodjia half volleys the rebound out for a throw-in. Well, that's pretty poor from me, but a great save from Simon Mignolet. Cannot afford to have no wins in our last 3 if we want to stay top of the table with Chelsea breathing down our necks. It's Fabian Delph on the ball, finding some space, and we know he can strike him, this time over the bar. 29 minutes to go, still up by a goal. West Brom, they're really not attacking us that much in this game. They've had attempts, but for the most part, Cardi's been relatively comfortable. And if we can get a second goal, that will all but confirm it. Bustos to Grealish, back to Bustos, into Brereton. Brereton! Oh, Mignolet, brilliant save, and Yako gets it away. Just one more goal, that's all we need, and we're returning to winning ways here. Rafinha, long ball, cut out by Socrates. Delph controls and finds Jack. Now through to Brereton. They linked up for our first goal. Can he link up again here for our second? Brereton, Kodjia, off the top of the crossbar. He's now being replaced as well. So unlucky, but as Benteke comes on, 22 minutes to go. Right now we've got our foot on the gas pedal. Keep this up. I'm sure we'll get the second, and that'll be the dagger. 16 minutes to go. Come on, Aston Villa. Good tackle by Schupf there. I love Schupf, so versatile. Now Delph through to Grealish, and a great chance here. Can I release Benteke? Christian! Game over. Christian Benteke comes off the bench and confirms it, and this is why we said to Borussia Mönchengladbach, hands off Christian. 15 minutes to go, and in 7 minutes after coming off the bench, he extends his fantastic goal-scoring run and makes it 2-0. Point surely in the bag now, and Jack Grealish pulling the strings there with a brilliant through ball. Christian just onside as he was played through one-on-one, and Simon Mignolet, who's been in good form this afternoon, is beaten for a second time. Right into the top corner, no chance for the Belgian. Oh, Christian Benteke confirming it. 3 points for Aston Villa. Rafinha for West Brom, tackled by Stones, who gets it clear. And as Benteke flicks on, it could be a chance here for a third goal. Brereton onto it like a flash. I love these two as a duo. Ben Brereton! Oh, Mignolet with a save. I should have just smashed it, but I thought I'd go for the cheeky. But 2-0, and the result all but in the bag now, as that corner is headed on by Socrates, and there's the third goal. There's the third goal. The captain of his second of the year in the Premier League makes it West Brom 0, Aston Villa 3, and that will do it. And when we needed a response this afternoon, we've got it away against one of our rivals. Socrates flies in as the captain heads it past Mignolet and into the back of the net. It's the change of formation that's done it for us, the 4-3-1-2. A big win here. We couldn't afford no wins in our last 3, heading into the massive clash against Swansea in the FA Cup 5th round away at the Liberty, and this is what we needed. Back-to-back clean sheets, a really great victory. We may well extend our gap at the top of the table. What a fantastic win. Well done, skipper. Definitely deserved a win, no question. We're a much better team this afternoon at the Hawthorns, and I'm so glad we responded after no wins in our last 2. And that was a really impressive display by all of our back 4 as well. Alessandro Schupf picked up an assist in the left back role. I love Schupf's versatility. Stones played very well. Socrates got a goal. And Bustos played well in the right back role too. And Akali made some simple saves as well. So I'll give man of the match to Socrates for the goal and a man of the match display at the back as we get back-to-back clean sheets and back to winning ways. Come on, Aston Villa. I'm just seeing that Chelsea play on the 16th away at Carrow Road against struggling Norwich City, and then play a day before us as well at home to West Ham. So they'll play their games in hand there. And that final game at home to West Ham comes one day before the Swansea game. So what we'll do is we'll simulate in the calendar, get through to the Swansea game, and we'll see together how Chelsea got on. Right now, as we extend the gap at the top of the table, those are huge games for the Blues as they aim to keep pace with us. But if they fail to get the results in both of them, then we'll be thinking maybe, just maybe, this could be our year to win the Premier League title in Season 3. I've not really mentioned it. I've been downplaying it completely, but you just never know. So how did Chelsea get on in those last two games? We'll take a look at the Premier League first and find out what the gap is right now. And it's 1 point. It's 1 point in the gap, which I think means that they won one game and drew the other. Is that right? How bad is my maths? So we'll find out here anyway. 1 point with 13 games to go. It is so tight. And they beat Norwich, and no, they beat West Ham. Okay, so it was 6 points picked up from 6 then. Chelsea, perfect when it needed to be. Cutting the gap to just 1 point at the top of the table. It's so tight in the Premier League title race right now. We've got our FA Cup round of 16 tie to come against Swansea next as well. Domestic double for Aston Villa this season, is it possible? A treble perhaps in the Champions League? Maybe getting too far ahead of myself here. We've got Swansea next. Let's win this game. Let's get through to the quarterfinals and focus on the Premier League next.
Can he add to the goals he scored already this season? He's already the top scorer in the league. What a match. And it's live.
And so, as we do jump into the third and final game of today's episode, the FA Cup round of 16 here, as we take on Swansea away in Wales. They're now a championship side in the game, but at top of the table by 10 points, as they look for a cup set here tonight against what are currently the league leaders in the Premier League. This should be a really fun test, and Swansea, by the way, a really fun team to do a career mode with if you're stuck for ideas. Obviously, they're in the post-Gylfi Sigurdsson era now. They've got a real stadium in the game, a really fun side, some nice kits too. Definitely worth trying. But they're lining up with a 4-3-3, and with this sort of team, they should be in the Premier League. A very threatening trio of Otavio on the left, Carrillo on the right, and Borja Bast on the striker. But for us, back to the 3-5-2, back to our normal league lineup with just a one change from our normal league lineup. McCarthy in for Icardi, as he's our cup goalkeeper. So, Swansea City, third and final game today. Let's avoid a Wigan-like cup set here and get ourselves through to the FA Cup quarterfinals. That's a brilliant finish by Wilgrim on Monday night, wasn't it? A really, really fantastic strike. And now as I live in Manchester, after what happened last year with the awful Manchester Arena bombing, it's been good to see Manchester City's doing so well. You know, playing so well both in the league and obviously in Europe as well. And, you know, in the Cups too. They've got the EFL Cup final on the weekend against Arsenal as well. Really excited for that game, I must say. And Monday night, the result just totally shocked me. I don't think really anyone gave Wigan a chance when you saw the strength of Pep's team. But you have to say full credit. Some people say that the FA Cup, the magic has been totally lost, the competition's been destroyed. In a way, I do sort of agree. I feel like the reputation of the competition has decreased significantly over the past few years. But I still think there is magic left in the cup, and Monday night definitely proved that. As Christian Benteke down the left-hand side, cuts inside and shoots and scores, and what a start for Aston Villa. Christian Benteke doing what he does best, as he makes it Swansea 0, Aston Villa 1, right in front of the travelling fans, and there can hopefully be no cup set tonight away against the Championship League leaders. Benteke down the left, cuts around Alfie Mawson, and finesses the ball past Mulder and into the top corner. 2 goals in 2 for Christian. He right now is on another planet. Stones into Fabian Delph, and now Delph to Grealish. And Jack has Benteke ahead of him. Can he pick him out again? He can indeed. Benteke selflessly finds Grealish. Oh, big block by Wallace there. I think Mulder would have been beaten and Swansea escape. 28 minutes in, we've had a really great start to the game. We don't want to be on the receiving end of a cup set. We want the job done tonight, and right now we are performing. But here come the Swans. Andre Carrillo down the right-hand side with room to cross into far post. It's Otavio! Oh, golden chance spurned. Fun game this one has started off with 34 minutes in. I love playing cup games away against lower league opposition in Crewe. I don't know why, it's just fun. You feel more pressure, you really do, because there's more at stake for you. You're expected to win. You got to deliver. As Benteke finds Barkley, he finds a little bit of room to let fly, because you know he can strike him. Oh, yes he can. Yes he can. Ross Barkley gonna run to the cameraman as he makes it Swansea 0, Aston Villa 2, and says, Gaffer, don't don't worry about the pressure. I'm not fazed by it. Absolutely brilliant strike. Swansea 0, Aston Villa 2. What a goal. One of those fans not exactly impressed, but he should be jumping for joy because I certainly am. Barkley turns his man and lets fly from 25 yards, and Mulder has literally no chance with that one. He's our long-range specialist along with Fabian Delph, and he provides a moment of magic right there. Swansea 0, Aston Villa 2, and we double our lead just before the break. Delph to Kearney off the bench. And Tom gets away from one and rolls it into Grealish. And Grealish has Benteke ahead of him. And this could be and should be the dagger. And that will do it. Oh, Christian Benteke. 3 goals in his last 2 games. Right now for the top scorer in the FA Cup as he does it once again. And with Atletico Madrid coming midweek, what a fantastic confidence booster we're heading into for that game. It's going to be back-to-back wins. If we can hold on to it, 3 clean sheets in our last 3 and 6 goals in our last 2 as well. And Christian Benteke taking this form into that game against Atletico Madrid. Good luck, boys, because he's on fire. And as we are now into stoppage time, there might be one final chance here for a 4th goal, but Mulder comes out to prevent it. As Brereton, oh, now he definitely went out of his area there, no question. We're going to say nothing because that was a terrible slide tackle which would have resulted in a red card had he gone for it. But that will do it then. Final score, Swansea City 0, Aston Villa 3, and the win confirmed. Forget what just happened at the end there because that was reckless from Ben Brereton, but it's always fun to slide on the goalkeeper on FIFA, isn't it? Ever since the days of FIFA 99. But 3-0 the final score. Christian Benteke, man of the match, no question, bagging a brace in this game, doing his best Ben Brereton impression as Barkley also got involved in the act as we avoid the cup set and win convincingly by 3 goals to 0. A fantastic performance, back-to-back 3-0 scorelines, a brilliant display. Oh, Christian Benteke, 2 goals and an assist. Atletico Madrid, beware. This Belgian is in the form of his life. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, though, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated. And you help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode. What a massive episode it's going to be. One of the biggest of the series, as we take on Atletico Madrid in the first leg of our Champions League round of 16 knockout tie, and also second place Chelsea in a huge battle between top and second in the Premier League with just 1 point separating the two. Don't miss that one, it's going to be epic, and it'll be coming out very soon.